Hello and welcome back to the Nothing Not My Lifetime podcast, episode 3. And today it's the first episode we've got of all three of us. Welcome, Danny, officially to the show.
Oh, thank
Hello,
you.
mate. You good?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, it's nice to see you, bro. Good to see you.
Yeah, you
Pretty good.
finally made it onto the podcast.
Finally.
Technically, this is like episode 1. Well, I know episode 1 was 2 last 2 best preludes. This is more the proper one now. It's a proper start, in my opinion. But we're here now. All three of us are finally starting the podcast properly, all on camera now. So we can probably start talking about City properly. So that'll be good. Now, obviously, all three of us on Saturday were at the game. You know, it was I know it was exactly a exhilarating game of end-to-end football, was it? But it was a win. We got through. That was good for once.
Yeah.
Just a bit of a straightforward win, wasn't it?
Not really a lot more you can say than that. No. I just saw Big Steve talking then. I was flicking through TikTok before we came on and him saying that unfortunately United and Liverpool kind of outdid our result. But
they're all going to.
Probably, out of all the games at the weekend, ours was the worst of them all. And I don't mean that negative. I don't mean that as a negative. Yeah. Ours was fine. Like, we did enough.
I'd rather it.
But in terms of the quality of the game, ours was right down there.
Yeah, I think the first half, you saw the control we had. I think it was nice to finally see a team with control from the goalkeeper to the attack. Because all season it's been like, one position's been great, then absolutely mental and doesn't work, and the other one's been okay. It's like not been a flowing system. It was the first time I've seen it in a fair long while where everything fit together really well. There was no issues at all. No one put a bad performance in. Everyone was at least solid towards good. It wasn't. I wouldn't say no one was class that game. By any imagination, no one was like standing out to me as he's best player on the pitch. I mean, I thought Kovacic was pretty good, but Bernardo 2 goals. Apart from that, he was in the game, I suppose. But yeah, it's not even a complaint. I'm happy we got through. That's what I asked for. Before the game, that's what I asked for. Just get through this game, end this run the high before we go into the big run in later on down the line. That's all I wanted from this game, really.
The issue I had really with the Newcastle game is when teams come and just defend, it makes watching us more boring.
Yeah.
So 10 men behind the ball.
Exactly. So if you come to the Etihad and you just put 10 players behind the ball, you have no intention to attack. Especially Newcastle, their season depended on this win. And trying to get some sort of a cup run. But from a Newcastle point of view, you'd be really disappointed with that game.
Yeah. So my cousin's got my cousin's a Geordie, and she was there at the game. I saw her before the game, before I saw Alex. I was chatting to her before, and she really wanted to obviously go out there and see the team at least perform. And I thought it'd be a tougher game. I did say Isak's a player that I really rate. I rate Gordon, I rate Botman, I rate a lot of the players in that team. Guimaraes as well, but it just looked like they were all frustrated having to play that way. You could tell that none of them want to play defensively. They wanted to go for it more because Lascelles, man, he's absolutely awful. How is he still playing for Newcastle? Like, honestly, Botman, he's very good. I like, and Shah are good defenders. Burn and Lascelles are no, not good enough at all, mate.
I think the performance of Newcastle was summed up by the bloke who sits behind me, and it's not the normal bloke who sits behind me. He wasn't there. But it's some bloke I haven't met before. He just goes, sorry, he just went, I didn't even fucking realise Anthony Gordon was playing because he got subbed
Yeah, I know.
about 70 minutes. And he was like, and then he said that. And I kind of thought that just about sums it up completely because their best players were not involved at all. They weren't interested in trying. I agree with Danny. Like, there's nothing to lose in an FA Cup game. You may as well go for it.
Yeah, because they're outside of the top 4. They've already failed this season compared to last season.
Yeah.
They were relying on a cup run, a possible FA Cup win to get into the Champions League. And they just didn't bother. They weren't a threat. our players probably didn't feel the need to turn it up.
No, I agree with you. I think they did.
No, it's a shame because
easy, really.
Yeah, is it because I say it's not about. Obviously, they've got Pope. Obviously, he's a very good keeper as well. I rate Nick Pope, and they've also some very good players. I think the team there. I wouldn't say it's like the 10-11 City team that won the FA Cup, because that team was, I'll say, better than that. But you can see there was a team there that needed more players in there, I mean, at the back particularly, to probably work together, because it's not far off actually being a European competing team. Just that I think Eddie Howe as well isn't a good enough manager to compete at that level consistently every season. Last year was brilliant, and fair play to them for getting that far. It was amazing Newcastle get Champions League. But I look at it and I just think there's not enough experience in him to do that every year. And I think he's a very good manager of a good level. I think like a Moyes kind of level manager where he can really compete in Europe and really do pretty well. But for what Newcastle want to be right now under this ownership, they need to have someone like how we had Mancini initially. You know what I mean? They need that next step towards the next manager. Hal's been great for them to start with. And from where they were, like they're bottom of the league under Bruce, to get where they are now is incredible. But team length isn't good enough, especially for their standards now that they've set themselves. They need to be at least in that top 6 conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought they would have been, given last season. I knew they'd struggle a little bit, and I didn't think they'd get top 4. But I thought they should be comfortably Europa League. That was my initial thought.
Like you were saying about Eddie Howe, I was thinking he might be what Mark Hughes was for us, but it's probably more what Sven was for us at the moment.
I'm not sure where. Yeah, I get that.
Sort of in between.
That's what I was saying to a mate on the way home, that they need that step up. Like, we went from Mark Hughes to Mancini, and the difference was frightening. Yeah. They've kind of. I don't quite think that Eddie Howe. I couldn't work out what level he was, but I think you summed it up perfectly. Like more like their Sven more than our Mark Hughes.
Like trying to establish themselves as a mid-table team before they do that push.
Yeah,
like we did.
I think we were bigger,
and you need a cup run. But... Like when we won the cup against Stoke, that's exactly what we needed, because we won the league the next season.
Yeah.
I never thought it'd get better than that.
Well, here we are.
I don't know about you, but I know I'm going off on a tangent here, and I apologise, but I never thought the day we beat Stoke, I was I was a couple of weeks off turning 18, and I remember bawling my eyes out, me and my dad, because we've won a trophy, and that was it. And it's been said on other podcasts with other people have said that was enough for me. And now here we are, 12 years later, and we've won everything.
To my standards,
not in my lifetime.
Exactly.
Exactly. To my standards, although I'm not going to you both. Me, like I always, especially I was about 10, 11 years old when we won the FA Cup. So for me, obviously, I was a bit, still wasn't like knew obviously the magnitude of how far the club had come. But obviously, I knew it had been a long, long time. And obviously, I was really excited when we beat. We've got that far. Beat Notts County at 5-0. Is it after the drawing and 0-0, something like that in a game? Yeah, I remember the running completely. I watched all the games. And I remember the whole run in itself. Being United in semi-final. I think
against Notts County.
It was a draw because they scored Notts County,
didn't we? Last minute, like very close to the end. I'm sure it was Jeff.
Mate, imagine we lost that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's football.
Yeah, that's one of them you look back on and you think, what happened if that never happened? So everyone remembers Dzeko for the fact he scored the equaliser in the 3-2.
Yeah.
But he actually probably saved that season as well.
Yeah, he did.
Because I'm pretty sure it was Dzeko. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong. But if Dzeko has scored that equalising goal with the last few kicks of the game against County, that season we won the FA Cup, we then don't get the replay and we don't win that cup.
No.
And Mancini probably gets sacked.
Probably, yeah.
Because I think that sounds mental, but
that's what Newcastle need, though. They need a trophy. Definitely. Because there's a team that I think FFP has ruined it for them. Because I think that they need to be allowed to spend money again on the team. They should be able to. I hate FFP anyway. I think it's stupid anyway. It just allow these teams to compete. Let them try and push us, Chelsea, Liverpool. I want to split the competition in the league. Give Newcastle your chance to go and get a big, like a left back, someone of a higher quality, and they can really push towards getting up there consistently. Because trust me, if they win a cup, right, their fan base, especially as well, similar to like cities and that, it would be incredible for them to sort of see that change in the club, the city itself. I've been to Newcastle plenty of times. I've got family up there as well. I know what it means to them.
Yeah,
and
it's massive.
You know what I mean, and I would love to see, obviously not at our expense, but it'd be nice to see them where it would take them. Per se, because I mean, Gage everything was great, but I always thought it's not really. It's great, but it's not a trophy, is it? It's not something that's going to really bring you a success. So right. It's been our teeth now. I want more of that.
Because when we qualified the first time, we'd won the FA Cup.
Exactly.
So we won the FA Cup and finished third that season.
Yeah.
But the season before, we just missed out. Was it Tottenham? Was that when Peter Crouch scored, wasn't it? Like in the
Crouch? Yeah, Crouch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he scored the winner, and then the next season he scored an own goal, didn't he?
That's it. That's it. Yeah, he scored an own goal in the same goal.
Yeah, exactly the same situation, but
the wrong.
Yeah, the wrong. It was literally exactly the same goal, the same situation, just the wrong end.
Always fucking Tottenham, innit? Every single.
Always
Tottenham. I hate playing Tottenham, and we have to play them soon, don't we?
Well, no, that game's moved
to the final week of the season.
Second to last game of the season, Tottenham away.
That's something that we'll have to obviously discuss when we get to it. It's still that game's a long way away. It's not like months wide, but it's a long way. We got a journey of games to get through first. We can get towards that Tottenham game. So
Tottenham, it's far enough. I hate playing Tottenham.
So do I. I do too. It's like the one club that just we can't just bat them anymore.
At least we scored there last time.
Oh, God, I know.
Just
it's the league it's on. That's what I'm all about. But that's a different game entirely. Did a different podcast to discuss that. But I think, I'm just pleased to sort of get to semis. Like it's the sixth consecutive semi-finals we've got to. Historical, like no one's done that. Six semis. I was not winning any 6 in a row. Wish that was the case. But that's probably where we'd actually improve that situation. Actually get to final rather than like semi-loss, semi-final win. It's like it's a bit hit and miss when we get to semi-finals. So I hope, because isn't it between the Champions League games again, or will it not be?
Isn't it what? Sorry.
Is it between the Champions League quarter-final games? Right. Okay.
It's definitely before one of them, I think, because there's a round of midweek fixtures. I know it's not been announced when we actually play at Wembley yet, but I did see that we're likely to be the Sunday because Coventry play at home in the league on Tuesday, and we've got a Champions League game either the Wednesday before or the Wednesday after.
It's Wednesday before. It's the home leg
against Madrid,
the semi-final.
Oh, right. So okay, that's cool then. That's good.
Yeah.
So we play Madrid and then we play Chelsea, so that's fine.
That's good though, because we're at home as well. I mean, look, for me, that Champions League, that's still another podcast down the line. We've got to discuss as well, Madrid. But mate, this next 2 months are going to be like a whole season in itself.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this now. So we've got plenty of time to discuss every single game possible in depth. But this is why this game is more about the Newcastle and preparing ourselves before that big run in time. But it's just, I think it's just important to get that win before this 2-week break, because if we had lost that game, I'd have been worried going into the game, because the team mentality would have been hit by a loss to Newcastle. I know it's a cup quarter final, but when you another competition before the big two coming up. You want that third one, so you've got something else going on that you can sort of rotate with and think about. That's why I'm a little bit like, I'm happy we got that win because again the morale needs that. I know we're unbeaten since Villa, but as me and Alex discussed beforehand, it's been a bit hit and miss performances here and there, like over the line, the odd performance here and there. But look, the Newcastle game was a sign of this team going in the right direction, but we need to see it a lot more consistent in just one game and then back to where we were the game after. It needs to be a lot more consistent than that.
Danny, here's a thought for you. Well, both of you. Isn't it mad that we haven't really played like intense, fast football like we know we can do in 21 games, whatever it is, we're unbeaten. And yet here we are, as we record this on the 19th of March, still in with a chance at a back-to-back treble.
Yeah, I know. How?
It's
crazy.
It's frightening for other teams, really.
Yeah.
Like in the league, we're only, is it still 1 point behind?
Yeah.
Yeah. Arsenal joint up.
None of these other teams have taken advantage of us not quite playing at our best yet.
No, exactly. They haven't.
Like, obviously, we're winning, but we're not winning massively.
We're not winning like we can do.
No,
because
we're not like.
I don't really ask the background, so I mean, it's not what's happened. I mean, it's not. Alex said to me after the game, he said the performance itself was what has mattered because we need to see that kind of performance every game from now on. The goals will come. They will come because we're not good enough to, even when we hit barn doors, we'll still get 3 if we're playing that well. We just need to keep hitting that level of performance every game. We can't do it. It can't stop now. It's just we can't stop.
Just keep improving every game. Keep the ball rolling, like a snowball effect. Like we got through to the semi-final, right? Back of your mind for a couple of weeks. Arsenal, let's go again and lift it up again. Let's just jump to that next level. Then it's right. Okay, hopefully we get 3 points against them. Right now, then focus again, and then it's just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, like it did I can't even think of the word I'm trying to think of, but the consistency just keeps rolling and it growing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's exactly the same as it was last season. Like you were looking at it thinking, bring it on because we'll beat you. Well, don't matter who you are, we'll smash you. And even when we went 1-0 down at the Burnabout and people were a little bit like, oh, is it coming apart? Is it falling off? We composed ourselves. We thought, nah, we know what we're good at. Went up the field, scored 1-1, and it was just every game was the same. It was just high intensity, unbelievable consistency, and just we knew what we could do. And it's you can see that in the previous 21, but it's just not been at the level that it was this point last season. The level just isn't quite there. And I don't mean that as like a bad thing, because that was obviously going to happen. Like there's obviously going to be a drop off. There's a reason no one has won 4 in a row. There's a reason it's so difficult to win back-to-back Champions Leagues, but we're capable of doing it. So why aren't we doing it? That's what annoys me. I don't know about you two, but
yeah, there's a reason why nobody's ever done back-to-back trebles and why it's so difficult to achieve even once. But we're still in the position where we can do that.
Exactly.
And we're not quite playing well. Like I said it about Newcastle, because they weren't in the game, we didn't need to increase the intensity.
No.
But the team are completely capable of stepping up when they need to. I don't think we've hit third gear this season. But when we play Madrid, the players know that that's a big game and they'll be up for that.
Yeah.
Oh, we hope they will.
We hope so.
Yeah. Because for me, it's why I'm a bit annoyed at the fan base about Arsenal. It's not going to be that simple. Everyone presumes that it's the same Arsenal team that last year bottled it. I know that they could bottle it again. They could do. But I'm watching them and they look a lot more assured of themselves. Like, look, Porto was a game in itself that was difficult, but they got through it. They still won. They still pulled through and won the game. Doesn't matter what you think of it, they still won the game. And that for their mentality will do them wonders for them. And they'll be going to this game knowing that they can beat us. I know because we're not exactly visible ourselves right now. As much as I think I think we will win that game, it would be 4-1. It'd be a very, very close game.
I agree with you.
And we've got to be ready for for me, that midfield battle was the biggest thing for me that we've got to get right. Because Kovacic for me proved exactly why we need someone like him in to run. The control he has on the ball with Rodri is what we need, because it gives Rodri a chance to relax and go forward a bit more to help the attack. When we've got that, he's isolated on his own at times. And don't worry, I love Kev, because Kev is great for the attack. And if we have Rodri, Kovacic, and De Bruyne, that's fine, because Kovacic and Rodri can sort of do that job where De Bruyne can go forward and help out Haaland and Foden and all that. It's just that I think Pep needs to get these games coming up right. He needs the right teams every game. It can't be any more experiments anymore. It's got to be the team we play with, and maybe rotate with now and again if we need to for the rest of the season. I watched the defense. Gvardiol, he'll definitely be important around him. I thought he was great at Newcastle. Did some great challenges, interceptions. He looked a lot more confident in himself as well, which is nice to see. I think if we can see more of that from him, it'd be great. I think he's a very, very good player. And it'd be a top as he gets older, especially playing for us as well. But Akanji as well, he deserves his praise. He's so good.
I agree.
He's on it. He's on it, because all defenders can have their own mistakes in them. But Akanji in that game, because Isaac, he was great. I was so impressed with him. I thought, please just that be the stand every game, because then we've got the Akanji, Diaz, Stones, audio, all do a shift and all do that kind of level performance. It's just we need to see that again. That confidence in the defense, that ability to say, right, this is our wall. You ain't getting past us, because this season's been like a leaky wall. It's been like holes in the wall. It's been like the occasional goal going in out of nowhere. Like we need to see that again. That robust back line. Look, the attack will finally work at some point. Haaland will get his goals. We're going against somebody. It's just a bit sputtery right now here and there, but he will get his goals again. But as long as the defense is fine, I'm confident.
Defense is the best form of attack.
Yep.
Yeah, remember when Mancini came in, the first thing he sorted was the defense, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that was what we built that team on, and that's how we won the league eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
Back onto Akanji, I think he's one of the best bargains in the last few years.
Oh, yeah.
15 million. I think he played almost every single game last season. And he was crucial as part of our defence last season. Alex, I know you don't really like him.
I just think he's one of them players who, for me, plays a hell of a lot better when he has a world-class defender next to him. Now, he was, and I'll leave a bit humble pie here, he was very good Saturday. He had a really good game, solid, and his passing was spot on. Fine. If he does that every game, then I can't say anything, can I? But I just think he's made to look a hell of a lot better when he has a world-class centre-back by him. Be that last season, it was, you had Laporte, Diaz, Stones, and Ake. So I think they are ahead of him in terms of how good players they are, Ake, Diaz, Stones. Mm-hmm. But when Akanji plays alongside one or two of them, and Akanji's right back, he's far better than if he is the senior centre-back. That's what I think of Akanji. I think when we signed him, we didn't expect him to be so big in terms of how much he would play. Like, he was supposed to be on the periphery of the squad. And then it turns out that, actually, do you know what? He can play a little bit. And Laporte got injured for the majority of the season.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like thrown in. I think it's very much the case of almost similarly like Doku this season. He was signed, but he was never signed to be in the squad as much as he's had to be. Yet. He was signed to be a number one mainstay in 2-3 years. Whereas he's come in now and he's, because of injuries to Jack, to Bernardo, to those players that play on the wing, he's had to be thrown in there. And I think Akanji was very similar last season. And to be honest, it didn't really end badly, did it? So There's not. I cannot rate him, but I look stupid in doing it. So
the problem is though, with me with that though is that it's just that proves though to me is the window's been an issue then, because I'm not. I know our squad isn't career mode. You don't buy everyone you want in one team, but we should have definitely bought a first team ready a winger or a centre back before we got them players in. So
I agree.
We should have got. I mean, because I think this summer's huge. I mean, I know that's on the line, but it's not far away. Like Paquetá is great, but I want a Musiala Kimmich. He's someone of a high level now. Like I love improving players, but we now need we need someone ready made for the hero now and say, right, he's getting this team now. He's the mainstay of this team right now because De Bruyne's not got long left. He hasn't
yeah, unfortunately, it is the start of the end, isn't it, for De Bruyne? As much
what is he, 34, 33, 34?
He's 33 this year.
He's around.
He's still got the passing, so it needs another 2 or 3 years, if that. So he ain't going anywhere. I think it's on a new deal, and then probably retire with us. But I think, like Silva, you could tell eventually. I know he was still good before he had to retire, sadly. But you could always tell. Get older. Obviously, he was fast, so it didn't really matter for him. But you could always tell eventually, age will start to show at some point. And obviously, De Bruyne, I'd say, a lot quicker, more on the pace, like the mixture of Torre, Silva, that kind of ability to run and rampage through teams and then pass it off or shoot a score. And when he hasn't got that ability, that pace anymore, it's a bit, you notice it in the way he plays. It doesn't mean he's crap. He's still world class. He's still probably the best fielder in the world on his day. But it's like at some point we've got to start thinking about the future.
How much would you sell him for? Say Saudi come along with like you can
100 million.
Boom. What would you say?
Take him. 100 million pounds.
I don't think De Bruyne would want to go to Saudi.
He wouldn't, no. But...
No, I don't think he would either. But I'm just being, hypothetical. What do you think would be a figure that City would look and think, actually, do you know what? Maybe we'd start talking.
They'd maybe consider it, but who would you get to replace De Bruyne? He's one of those players that nobody else comes close to.
You can't, can you? You can't. It's like Aguero, isn't it?
So if De Bruyne has still got that little bit of pace that he could bring out every now and again, you could even play him a bit deeper because Gerrard went a bit deeper, didn't he, towards the end of his career. So you can still use De Bruyne for his passing, but just not advanced.
I totally agree with that. Yeah, drop him back.
I think,
whilst he's still got that ability, they won't want to get rid of him at all.
No.
Because I think Phil has showed this season that he can do it. And I'm not saying I don't think he's enough though by himself, because in this team we need depth of quality, especially if we're going for more trophies down the line. We can't just rely on Foden, because if he's injured, then and to force De Bruyne back forward again. I think this is where a Musiala or something like that wouldn't overtake Foden, but there'd be an equal level of ability. Because Musiala, for me, I think it's just as good as Phil Foden. Well, what's
probably the only one.
Yeah,
probably
close.
He's probably there's probably him and Wirtz, who are the only two that you could possibly look at and think, if you bring one of those in, you've matched the quality immediately. Anyone else, you kind of like thinking they're gonna have to bed in.
Because Jude's more of a box-to-box midfielder than he's actually attacking midfielder, and obviously we want him. We all did. We want Jude. We were Bellingham at City, but Madrid bastards got him. So it's like we definitely need someone of a. No, Wirtz and Musiala aren't near De Bruyne yet. They've still got years of. No, it's Foden right now. They're still obviously getting towards a high level, but as they get older. But you aren't going to replace De Bruyne like for like.
No.
And Danny's right. You aren't going to, because there's no one. Like, I don't care how much you rate Kroos and Modric. They aren't the same players anymore. Their age is starting to show them now. They're still good, still quality players, but you can tell as the age is starting to show them now. And it doesn't matter how many people try and use midfielders to compare them to De Bruyne. De Bruyne's level is just different. And we'll have to accept that we're going to need someone as a project for a couple of years to get at that level again. But that's fine. I don't mind that because I accept it. But we need to realise that going forward, especially towards the rest of the next couple of years, we need a top level midfielder like Musiala to be the right. You and Foden are going to be the main two creators now on this team. Obviously, there's De Bruyne as well, but you're the future. And it's something huge for that. It's huge.
It'd be horrible when he goes, won't it? It'd be.
Oh, it will be. I'll cry.
It's harder to accept than David Silva leaving.
It was hard even watching Gundogan leaving. But like Yaya, Company, Silva, Guerrero, hard for all of them.
Zaba was hard. Zaba's probably my top one.
When De Bruyne goes, though, it's one of those things. It's going to
change your style of play when they leave, don't they? So,
yeah, you have to.
Completely different.
Yeah, especially De Bruyne because he can control it. So you're losing a player that controls the entire system.
Yeah.
So you can't just replace that.
I think when he does retire, though, I know people think Silva is the player. When he retires, though, the revisionism of De Bruyne will eventually lead to something. Yeah, fair enough. I know people have that's my opinion. I know everyone's going to be different, but
it's one of them. It's one of them.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
Yeah, it's like choosing a bloke to steal Keris off me. How the hell do you choose that? And I know that's taking quote off Neville, but it's true. How the hell do you pick between two of the greatest players of a generation?
You don't. You don't really. You don't.
It's like all right then. Put it into another way: Ronaldo or Messi. You're one way or another, aren't you?
Pretty much. Yeah.
And
that's very similar for me.
Huh?
Just appreciate both of them. Don't pick a favourite.
Exactly. And I've said that to you both before. For me, like I prefer the way De Bruyne's goals to Silva's goals, but then Silva scored loads more goals for Spain than he did for City, or seems to.
He played a lot more advanced for Spain than he did for City.
Yeah,
but City, he forgot how to shoot for us, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did. The odd goals here and there, yeah.
But then David Silva had more skill than De Bruyne.
That's what I say to you. Sometimes in terms of consistency and overall ability, Silva edges it.
But then, like I say, it's impossible, isn't it? It's physically impossible because they are two of the best players I have ever seen play football.
Yeah, and we've been lucky to see them together as well.
Oh yeah, mate, I'm blessed to see both of them play together. Honestly, like
seeing those two with Fernandinho, that's one of the best midfield trios we'll ever see.
That's exactly.
Imagine current Rodri with them two. Wow.
That's where it comes into it because I still think I'd take Fernandinho.
Right now, yeah, but when Rodri, whatever Rodri decides to do in his career, I don't know yet. It'll definitely be the conversation though. After whatever happens, because I'm saying that because I have no idea what he'll do, Rodri, because he might end up like Spain. You never know. I'm not saying he will or not, but it's one of those big ones. Like, even though it's hard to really say where everyone's going to go, isn't it? All these big players.
I've always said. Sorry, I've always said that with City. Where do you go? Where do you go? Because I know Bernardo. I know Bernardo wants out. Fine, but Gundogan left in the summer, and if you listen to other podcasts, they've already said that Gundogan's almost regretting it. Like, he's not going to come back. That's not what anyone's saying. But he's like, the care and the support and the quality of everything he had at City was absolutely tenfold better than anything he's getting at Barcelona.
Oh,
well, that's why we were keeping hold of players for so long, usually, wasn't it? Because it's a family club.
It is.
Where the hell do you go?
The fans love you. The fans give you everything you need. The club gives you everything you need. We're still quite a family-based club.
Even before Pep and after Pep. Why would you want to leave?
Yeah, because...
Go on, mate.
Yeah, It's why for me, I don't really worry about players leaving anymore. I think if it happens, it happens. Like, look, if Haaland wants to go, let's say he does everything he needs to do. Let's say let's say three more Champions Leagues of us gets 4 with a Ballon d'Or or 2 of us, which would be brilliant, by the way. See a City player will win a Ballon d'Or. Well, I don't care if it's somebody a popular contest. See him win one, be great. I'd love for him.
Well, he should have won the last one.
Yeah, but Messi PR and that kind of bullshit. But yeah,
no, this is what I was saying about the Ballon d'Or. If Messi had Haaland's season, he would have won the Ballon d'Or. If Haaland had Messi's season, Messi would have won the Ballon d'Or. It was going to be Messi, no matter what Messi did,
because he won the World Cup.
Yeah, but any other player, any other season would have won the Ballon d'Or.
To be honest, yeah, I think you could give. I think if anybody else. And I don't really want to name names and dig out rivals, but I think if a certain Egyptian striker had Haaland's season, he would have won the Ballon d'Or.
Oh yeah, he would have done.
It's just Haaland doesn't have the PR right now.
He will do
though.
He will do. He's getting there. I tell you, mate. Obviously I've watched Haaland since like the Red Bull days. So obviously I've been a kid. I watch European football, so I always knew about Haaland. Dortmund as well, so I always knew he was going to be a big player. But Dortmund was where it really sort of think, "Whoa, okay, this guy's getting good. Like he's actually getting better." And I realized, and then I found out he was a City fan. I thought, okay, yeah, this is happening. I knew straight away. It's like you cannot tell me he's going off anywhere else. I would like. Well, I was like, United wanted him, but bullshit. Are you kidding me? Why would Alfie Haaland not be United? No. It was only City and no one else.
Thought he was going to go to them. Absolutely not.
Always City,
no
one else.
City connection.
Yeah.
No one now is picking City. Is picking United over City.
If they do, it's only because of money. Yeah.
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Sanchez.
Alexis Sanchez.
Sancho, yeah. Well, he was
not Sancho
anyway, but
Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Oh, Sanchez. Sorry, yeah, Sanchez, of course.
Like if Alexis came here to us, he would have been brilliant.
Oh mate.
Yeah.
But I imagine he chose to go to United for that little bit more money.
I always wonder.
Well,
I always wonder what if Alexis went to City. I always wonder that would have been incredible.
I still think about if we got Kaka.
I think he'd have been world class for us.
It's funny. It's like because all the purists would hate us because they absolutely hate City. Just think Kaka and a City cat, it'd be brilliant.
I remember when those rumours were going round about Kaka, and I couldn't believe we were even linked with him, and it was just unbelievable.
Mad. And then he went to Real Madrid for 40 million. Didn't we bid like 100 million back in 2009 or something daft?
Yeah.
We wanted to make a statement out of him, didn't we?
Yeah. And we got Robinho instead.
And it wasn't enough money for him at the moment. And then, then he goes to Madrid for less money that we were offering.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, I don't blame him, really. We weren't there yet.
No, but it's funny.
It's like
it's funny.
What happened with Robinho. That didn't quite work out, but that was a statement, and it took us that extra step.
Yeah. To be honest, and linking it back to the very point of this episode, the Newcastle game, I think Newcastle did make that signing. However, he's not played because he got banned.
Yeah.
So you can't.
I think that's the only reason they got him. To be fair, I think Milan knew about it.
Do you think?
Definitely, they wouldn't have got rid of a player like that.
So I don't know. I don't really know enough about him to know if he was like going to be world class or not. But I think the way everyone spoke about him, the amount of money it took to get him there.
Oh, class. He's a very good player. Him, Bruno, and Jolinton are so good. Them three midfielders are so good. Like when one got by, I went, I'm getting injured, it ruined their season because if they're fit and playing right now, they'd be right up there in that competition for at least top 6, maybe top 5 right now. It would be. because I think Isak is so underrated for people thinking he's so good. Like
I'd have Isak any day at City. I think
Alvarez
really
went.
Well. Yeah,
Alvarez goes, Isak comes in. That's what I'd say. Because I think Alvarez will leave at some point in 2 years. I think he'll be gone.
Alvarez. I don't think he'll be happy sitting on the bench, will he?
No, and I think
we'll get a bit. A fully fit squad, he doesn't quite get in there yet.
I think if let's say we get a high money for him from someone, let's say obviously not Premier League, but yeah, God, I'm gonna get another player in because I like him. I think he's a very good player, but he's just not like I watch him at times. Like he is much more of him that he should be able to do, and I feel like there's more that he's not showing. You know what I mean? Like there's more to him that I think.
Yeah.
I watched his Echeverri, right? His goal recently. I was like, oh my God, he's better than him at his age. like I River Plate, but that kid at 17 looks a bloody star. And I know Alvarez was good as well, but I think the technical ability that Alvarez has compared to other players around him isn't the same. It's not quite the same level. And
when we first got Alvarez, he was the closest I've ever seen to Aguero's finishing. Alvarez.
Oh, he was, yeah. I think he was.
That just seems to have disappeared a bit now.
Yeah, confidence.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's being played out of position. I couldn't tell you what his best position is.
Striker.
Normally. I've said that to you before.
Like
striker.
I do rate him. I like him when he's on form, but at the moment he's not been on form for quite a while. He's not fitting into the system.
To be fair, that was Haaland in reality.
No, that's true.
Because
I don't think any of the players know the system right now.
People that go at me
I don't.
for saying, but I said Haaland should be on 40 goals by now in all competitions. It feels like that's mental. No, it's not. Think about it. How many chances Haaland missed this season compared to last year? How many chances will have been scored? He'd probably be on target to beat last year's record by now if he'd just been more clinical.
Yeah,
he was injured for 2 months as well, wasn't he? He was carrying a knock.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. But
even so, like he went off injured today, didn't he? He's gone off injured for Norway.
He's all right, apparently.
Is he all right?
He's all right. It's just a precaution, but I'll be real with you. It would surprise me if City say, get him back. Because it would surprise me if we try and get Haaland back early, because I don't want to lose him for Arsenal, because Alvarez against Saliba is just, I don't know, it could work, but yeah, I need a Haaland, in that game, definitely.
Yeah, I think I agree. I can't work Alvarez out. I can't.
Last year I could.
Yeah. And last year you kind of think, okay, this guy's all right. And then this season he started off okay.
Yeah,
but he was the only one really doing it. Yeah, the only one doing anything. And then now we haven't done anything since November.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he maybe I don't think loaning a player of that standard out is a good thing.
No,
but maybe could it work? I don't know.
I think summer's going to be a real one, because I think I think next season, if Alvarez does stay, next season's the one where he's got to step up or he'll be gone.
Yeah.
Because
definitely.
And that's ruthless, but we got to be. You got two strikers there. One obviously way better than the other. Let's be real here. Haaland is better than Alvarez. That's not even a fucking debate. But Alvarez is still a very, very good player that will play for every other Premier League team. That's bullshit, Liverpool fans. He would play in your team. He would.
Oh, he'd get in over Nunes, wouldn't he?
Oh, oh, you mean their Nunes? I thought that was a dig at me there.
No, not our Nunes. Their Nunes.
No, but
Haaland wannabe.
I just feel like next to that, I know this is a whole different point entirely, but I think it's why this running coming up is huge, because we need everyone firing. Not just Haaland, we need Alvarez firing as well, because We can't just have a one-man team because Haaland and De Bruyne are going to carry. I know they did against Bayern and Madrid, obviously. First, they both did their worship of them, but we can't just be relying on 2 players to bail us out of every game because at some point it'll cost us. And we need everyone. That Doku as well. I know Doku played well with Newcastle, but I need to see him getting more goals and getting more assists. I need to see him getting in there. I need the whole team firing there. Even Rico, Bob, I'm involved there. Not just like the main players. Like if you're getting off the bench, I need to see you putting in an effort, putting in something to. Because the standards of the team have been set now. People need to realise that the standards of this team have been set from. I'm not saying last year has to be the same every year, but you're at least fighting on all 3 fronts. Out like you want to win all 3. That should be the aim. To win all 3 every year because it won't happen every year. Of course it won't because that's not because football's not what's football. But I at least want to see us freaking I want to see them competing at the very top, competing at a high level. Like that's what it should be.
Yeah,
I don't want to see now isn't the time for performances that are below par now because it isn't going to get you anywhere. Like we've got Arsenal, Villa, less away after that as well. We've got so many tough games coming out. Now it's time for slacking.
A couple of wins will be fine. We'll win a lot.
Hope so. Very nice.
Fine, we're going to win everything again.
I think we just need to up the intensity, don't we? That's the only thing we know.
Yes.
As long as we beat United in the FA Cup final, I don't give a shit.
No, Coventry can beat them. He had it first. 1 Coventry, 1-0. Ellis Sims. Calling it now.
I don't know whether you guys saw the quote, right? Just one final point. I don't know whether you saw the quote from, I don't know what Coventry player it was. They were talking about the draw, and he said, when United came out, you're thinking, yeah, that's all right. If we drew ManCity, it's practically time to get battered. Thought, wow.
It's true. It's true, though, isn't it? Like, Chelsea United, they're going to take the piss at it. If Coventry got over them, they have a chance. With us, they got a chance because you never know. We can have a fuck up. It can happen. Yeah. But we're more likely to get a fuck up against Chelsea United than you are against us. That's facts. It's not insult. If you're an insult with that, you're really weak-minded as it is. Like letting a player about you. True. Honestly, people give out everything nowadays anyway. But
yeah, I get it. I get it.
If you're not in
last season.
Yeah, but the thing is, I always said like it won't be easy. But what was we were there that game last year? I said, but it won't be easy. But we'll win. But it won't be easy. But the least I expect is just take every game seriously. Don't never ever assume you're going to win. I hate that. Players do that. I'm like, you don't. I just all I may know is the loss coming.
Never assume you're going to win, but always for me go into a game with we have to win. So I don't know. I'm not wording this very well, but like never go in expecting to win, like thinking, oh, we're going to win. It's easy. Never go in with that attitude, but always go in with the mentality of we have to win.
Like every game,
nothing else. Nothing else. We have to win. End of.
Yeah.
And to a point where you hate losing, and I know players hate losing, but where losing is unacceptable. And I think that's what happened at this point last season. Anything other than a win was totally unacceptable. Especially after Forest last season when everything changed. It was almost like, no more fuck-ups. We have to win.
Yeah.
End of. I have to win.
But no, so I think we're actually getting quite close towards the end now. I think now we're actually recording for almost an hour now, which is pretty good. But it's it's obviously this is a big moment obviously now for us. Like this time of the season is where it really matters. Like I know that a few games coming up, but these run of games will decide the next 3 or 4 games will decide what's going to happen for us this season. Let's go. Yeah. So it's going to be a long couple of months. Probably worth a holiday of at least 3 months somewhere else. That. Honestly, last year done me in enough. Like, it's just I think it's going to be a mental one. But as long as this team improves, then that's what I can ask for, man. Just high levels, the same level performance every game. That's all I ask, man. Please,
exactly. Just keep winning.
Yeah,
just
that's
keep
the
winning.
main issue this season. I think is the inconsistency with the performances.
Yeah,
Like you've mentioned before, we can count the best performances this season on one hand. Can't we just?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that case. It should be more enjoyable than that, I think. So leading up to the quarterfinal versus Madrid, the semi against Chelsea, we need the intensity building up, and we need to be able to make more chances as well as take the chances.
Yeah. I think then there's no better place to start than a win against Arsenal.
Yeah,
Let's get right back in the mix.
That's
you couldn't really pick a better game.
Time. Yeah.
No. This is the game.
Like, hopefully we'll have a fully fit squad.
Hopefully.
Grealish is back in training. De Bruyne might be back by then. Edison will be back after the internationals. Haaland, we'll see how bad that is.
He should be all right.
It'll be that bad.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's a bit of City in his head. Yeah.
Get a fully fit squad back for Arsenal. Up the intensity, because they will.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They'll be up for it massively. And if we can't at least match them, that's gonna go quite badly for
us. Yeah. Just win. Win. I'm not asking for a battering. Just win the game. Get us in that conversation, and just get. I mean, obviously, we Liverpool to draw again. I think they will draw points against Liverpool, but we even every game. Yeah, every game win. I don't care how you do it. What you got to do it. Just please, we can't drop points anymore.
Yeah, we can't afford to give them any space. Arsenal or Liverpool.
No. This is it. This is it, boys. This is. Obviously, we've got another week or so before that happens. Obviously, we'll do a preview before that game. Then next week, obviously, go in more details all the players. But this is more of a just enjoying a win for a change. I know we've had wins unbeaten. Sounds really entitled, but it's the truth. It's been very hit and miss recently. To be able to sort of finally get a win to say, yeah, much better, much better what our standards of this team. But now is where it really matters. We must turn up as Arsenal, and going forward, we must rise to the occasion. Got to rise.
It sounds weird, almost being unhappy with how we're playing, even though we've been on this unbeaten run. We've not been playing amazingly, but I think it'll come now.
It will.
Yeah,
it's got to.
It will.
And like I said, we're going to win the lot anyway. So.
Exactly. Exactly.
Balls through it, win the lot again.
I hope we do. I can't see us winning all three again. We'll see what happens.
And I might actually be able to go to the finals this time.
Wembley, yeah. God, Wembley. Oh, God. Oh, God, that's gonna be awful. Okay. Well. That's the episode 3. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. It's the first full episode of all 3 of us together, and this is how it'll be from now. Hopefully, barring illness or whatever happens or whatever. But it was great to sort of chat for all 3 of us together. This is how it'll probably be. Whatever happens, obviously comes up, or whatever we try to change, we'll do it. This is how it's going to be from now on. The 3 of us chatting about football, about City. It's what it should be. It's basically podcast nutshell, really. 3 of us just chatting shit for about an hour. That's what's going on. That's what it's all about. That's what all it's about nowadays.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for watching the video. Like the channel, also follow a Twitter page and try and get it up to at least 30 followers. It'd be nice. Just it's very small, incremental, but it all helps getting people out there to sort of watch the content. I'll let both of you guys say goodbye to you now.
See you later, guys. Pleasure to talk to you.
See you next time.
See you guys.